All right, it is 7 o'clock. We have two public hearings for this evening. I'm going to start with opening the first public hearing. First public hearing is an ordinance to annex property located at 107 West Church Street, consisting of .71 acres, Lexington County TMS number 005900-06-31. Do I have anyone who would like to speak this evening at that public hearing? Seeing there are none, I will close the public hearing for the ordinance to annex property located at 107 West Church Street, consisting of .71 acres. The second public hearing we have this evening is ordinance adopting changes made by Lexington County to the animal control ordinance. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing that there are none, I will close the public hearing adopting changes made by Lexington County to the animal control ordinance. And I will open up, and good to see everyone here, open up our regular meeting. It is December the 9th already, end of the year. Christmas is coming, so is Santa, hopefully. And it is a little after 7, Town Hall Complex, Batesburg-Leesville. Thank you everyone for being here. Pastor Kent Suits, if you would, sir, lead us in invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Town Council. Thank you for the opportunity. And Mr. Mayor, glad that you're here with us and healthy and doing all right.
Good to be here.
Merry Christmas. I'm going to pray this evening in light of the Christmas season. Would you join me in prayer? Lord Jesus, we thank you that you, being God, made yourself nothing, took on the form of human likeness, being born in the appearance of a man, being made in human likeness and taking on the form of a servant. And so we thank you that the spirit of Christmas really is about serving others, giving to others, sacrificing and humbling ourselves in order to love. And so, Lord, during this season, I pray that our town would really model that to one another, that our business leaders, our citizens, our leaders, that we would all demonstrate your humility, your love that you have first shown us. We pray for tonight that these conversations would go well, these items discussed would be done with respect and love towards one another and in humility and kindness. We thank you for all that you are doing in this town to bring people together from all walks of life. And we praise you for this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Stand if you are able for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Brown.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Prowse, and a second by Mr. Brocknight. Any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Oh, yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
8 votes yes.
And Mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Adoption of the minutes for the regular council meeting, November the 11th, 2024, as presented in your packet. Do I have a motion to adopt those minutes?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Oh, yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
8 votes yes.
And the mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Mayor's report. Next regular council meeting will be January 13th, 2025. Our council committee's report, Central Midlands, Councilmember Bucknight.
Did not meet in November.
Thank you, sir. EPAC, Councilmember Prowse.
No meeting in November. Our next scheduled meeting is January.
Thank you, sir. Common Advisory Committee, Councilmember King.
I have no report. I would just ask Jay to schedule our work session so that we can determine our agenda for transportation in the town, so I'll know better how to conduct myself in those meetings.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. And Joint Municipal Water Sewer Commission did not meet. They did have a Christmas party last Thursday evening. Brings us to the BL Chamber of Commerce update. Mr. Mike Taylor. President of the Batesburg-Leesville Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. On November 24th, the Batesburg-Leesville Ministerial Alliance conducted their Thanksgiving service. It was held at St. Mark's Missionary Baptist out on Devil's Backbone. Had a great crowd there for it, a very enjoyable service. The offering that was raised, I think it was approximately $900, was given to the social worker at Lexington 3 School District to help the children and so forth. So she does a tremendous job, so we appreciate the Ministerial Alliance doing that. The Batesburg-Leesville Chamber of Commerce and Business held their awards banquet at Kenny's Farm on November the 14th. The Chairman's Award went to the town of Batesburg-Leesville.
Thank you, sir.
President's Award to Jane Elman, and the Small Business Year Award went to Bob's Ace Hardware. Our speaker, Jeff Scott, spoke on the importance of business culture and family feel in a business. In other words, it's personality. Here we are. On Thursday, December 5th, Cheryl Felder, who is the co-director for the Batesburg-Leesville High School, brought 16 of her students and provided Christmas cheer to our general membership meeting. So we had normal reports, but we enjoyed that very much. This past weekend, we brought a lot of people in the community between the various events. That began with Christmas in Leesville, bonfires for warming and making s'mores, a red decorating contest, hot chocolate, and shop. It all made it for a special evening in Leesville Business District. On Sunday, we had our Christmas parade at 5:15. The parade traveled from Mitchell Street and number 1 down to Oak Street, up Oak Street, and disbanded at Railroad Avenue. It was the largest parade since I've been. It's been 13 years, and it was the largest as far as entries, but just each spot contained several different units too at the same time. So it was a little congested on Malibu Drive, and I was afraid we might have lost Santa Claus, but we found him in time for the parade and everything, so everything worked out.
Good job, Rudolph.
First place went to Steel and Company Events plus Decor LLC. Second place went to Bob's Ace Hardware. He had a good month. And third place went to First Baptist Church of Leesville. As you know, this is a very busy time of the year for everybody, and it's easy to find reasons not to do something. I am most appreciative of everybody who went out of their way to provide, to be in the parade, and I remember how special it was when I was a child, and we're making memories, so I appreciate everybody that was involved and participated in that. I'm sure that the judges had a hard time finalizing the top 3, but those were the 3 that were chosen. After that, when it disbanded, Oak Street, of course, came alive with the Batesburg, Christmas in Batesburg. You had shopping, dining, cookies and hot chocolate, pictures of Mr. and Mrs. Claus, chorus dances, the band, and much more. So, in all of that, I want to really thank and truly thank the town of Batesburg-Leesville, the employees, the BPA, the LMA, and everything to make this a special week. And I hope everybody enjoyed it, had a good time, and I wish you, and the chamber wishes each of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mr. Mike.
Thank you, Mike. We had a great time out there on Oak Street.
I'm trying to get you your,
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Ms. Judy, do we have any public comments this evening? Thank you, ma'am. We're going to move into unfinished business. Item A, second reading the ordinance to annex property located at 107 West Church Street, consisting of .71 acres, Lexington County TMS number 005900-06-31. Do I have a motion to adopt second reading?
So moved.
Mr. Balknight, do you have a second? Second. Mr. Wise, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5,
Yeah.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. Item B is second reading the ordinance adopting the changes made by the Lexington County to the animal control ordinance. Do a motion to adopt the second reading.
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second? Second. Mr. Wise, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District votes yes.
4,
4 yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
No.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. And that brings us into our new business. Special recognition this evening for the Batesburg-Leesville wastewater plant staff. Superintendent Angie Atkins. Angie is here. That's great. You want to come on up? So I know I don't know what you have prepared. If you want to. Okay, that's fine. Let me just read this out into the public record. On November 20th, 2024, the Batesburg-Leesville wastewater treatment plant was recognized as the annual South Carolina Rural Water Association Conference as the wastewater system of the year, South Carolina. Superintendent Angie Atkins and some of her staff are expected to be in attendance this evening, and here you are. Anything that you all would like to share with us? Some of the positive slides up here.
I would like to thank y'all for recognizing us. It means a lot to our department and the guys, well, me and the guys.
You guys work really hard. It's a dirty job, as Mike Rowe would say. So I'll just hit a couple of the bullet points. The wastewater treatment plant is currently rated to treat 2.5 million gallons per day. Just completed an upgrade to the system by installing a liquid chemical feed system. Doing away with the gas chlorination system that's been in use for years. They installed a SCADA system that will allow the operators to better and more efficiently control the wastewater treatment plant, even doing remotely by cell phone, which is awesome. They also have updated their sludge dewatering system by replacing an old centrifuge system to a new rotary press. Is in the process currently of upgrading the plant to double the flow being processed. And they are also working on refiguring the return activated sludge pumps that feed the plant. And currently they only have one pump that returns sludge to the basin, and the new design will have 3 pumps so the flow can be split from the clarifiers. Plans also include upgrade to the wastewater treatment plant headworks for the new bar, screen, and grip removal system. And it's, I mean, you guys are amazingly efficient, small staff. The chief operator, 3 certified operators, so 4 main operators to maintain the plant. So just congratulations, and it's an honor to
Mr. Mayor.
I mean, you guys make us look good. Yeah, Mr. King.
Angie, how long have you been at the wastewater treatment plant?
January the 7th will be 40 years.
I would encourage each council member to go down there and spend an hour with Angie. She does a great job down there and has made the wastewater treatment plant one of my kind of favorite places, my kind of pet peeve. But they do an outstanding job at the wastewater treatment plant. But you got to go down there to see it, to really, Dave, I know you kind of know.
Hop in there.
Okay. Angel, we really sincerely appreciate you and your staff, and I've been on council for 20, so we really do appreciate you and your staff and for all the hard work that you guys do. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Mayor,
Yeah.
Michael's gonna get a picture.
Yeah.
They've already received their flag. See on the board there. So
From where we started.
you don't know that.
And I'll just stay up here because the next on the agenda is our football team. We got some football players out there. Quentin, you're a coach. I'm sorry. He's the biggest kid of all right here. You're always up here all the time. You keep coaching champions. Well done. All right. We're going to read this little resolution. You ready? So I want to hear some applause as I read this. You ready? Whereas the Batesburg-Leesville Town Council wishes to honor the Batesburg-Leesville Termite football team for winning the Lexington County Youth Football League Championship. And whereas Town Council commends rare athletic achievement and gives special honor and commendation to those athletic teams who pursue such excellence as that they become examples for the youth of Batesburg-Leesville. And whereas the Termite football team achieved such excellence this season, finishing the 2024 football season with an undefeated record of 8 wins, 0 losses, winning the Lexington County Youth Football League Championship. And whereas the Termite led the league in offensive performance, defensive domination, and special teams precision, cementing this Termite team's place into Lexington County youth football history. Wow. And whereas the achievements of the Termite football team, its head coach, Terrell Butler, and its talented coaching staff deserve recognition and have earned a rightful place at the top of their sport for their impressive 2024 season. Example they have set for future generations of young athletes in Batesburg-Leesville. This body honors the Termites, their parents, family, and fans, and wishes them the best of luck in all future endeavors. Congratulations, boys.
On behalf of the Batesburg-Leesville Youth Football and Lexington County Recreation Agent Commission, we would like to thank the town for y'all's sponsorship. We look forward to everybody coming out and support us next year. It's a free thing. You can get into the game. We look forward for everybody around this town to support us, not only the high school, but come on and support our kids. This is where it starts. We start in May or June? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, these kids, I don't know when we started, I don't know what was going on with them, but you know what, I'm telling you, these kids, they really work hard. And I'm gonna tell you, they never complain why it was so hot outside. I told them, this is where it starts right here in this community right here, in this area right here. Start young. Because when you get to high school, they're going to expect you to know everything. And that's why I tell y'all this every time, right? I tell y'all this every time, right? Once you get to the middle school, you know everything. You should know everything. And that's why I commend these kids for a hard work done, well done. They're real respectful. That's why I'm letting everybody know in this town, come and support these youth kids.
Well done.
We have a crowd every night. Every home game that we have a good crowd every night. That's why I'm glad to have 14 years of coaching Little League sports. Next year will mark my 15th year of coaching all these kids. I probably don't coach half of their parents. But I'm just saying, we thank the town for y'all support. We look forward to everybody coming to support us again next year.
Great chicken wings.
Crazy. Here he is.
All right. Yay.
Can I get a motion to adopt the resolution?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. There we go. Motion passes. Trying to find my glasses. There's like 17 pockets in this jacket. All right, here we go. Thank you guys for that. Moving into item C, This is a council vote for excuse absence from last month's meeting for Councilmember Hartley. Do I have a motion to excuse her absence?
So moved.
Mr. Bogdan, you have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wise. In discussion. District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4, and 5, 6, 7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. All right, also in our packet, we have our dates for 2025. So our calendar dates, meeting dates, these are the meeting dates for 2025. It will be the first or the second Monday of each month. As presented in our packet, I have a motion to approve these?
So moved.
Mr. Proust, have a second?
Second.
I'm going to go with Ms. Hartley. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Oh, yes.
5, 6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes, motion carries. Okay, item E, which is our redistricting, and everyone sees the map there. Council had instructed our attorney to draft ordinance for the second draft at our last meeting. And so this is the first reading of that redistricting ordinance as presented in our packet. Do I have a motion for the first reading of the redistricting ordinance based off of draft 2?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Balknight, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Oh, yes.
5, 6,
Yeah.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes, motion carries. All right, and then item F, this is the approval of the purchase of a federal surplus ladder truck. As presented in our packet, I'm gonna scooch down here real quick. What staff is asking for, this is to purchase a ladder truck for the fire department in order to meet current and coming ISO requirements and to enhance extinguishment, rescue, and access capabilities. The request from staff would be to allocate up to $95,000 to purchase a ladder truck and make the needed upfit, repairs, and modifications. As presented in our packet with everything's kind of lined out there. In order to start discussion, can I get a motion on this?
So move that we authorize the expenditure of $95,000 as described in the proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prouse, any discussion? Mr. Hall?
Mr. Mayor, if I move, I have a few questions.
Yes, sir.
If Mr. Fry is available, I think you could. Mr. Fry, when this truck leaves the station and arrives on scene, how many operators are required to actually operate this truck?
One will be as a minimal. You can, once it gets there, whoever is operating it can operate it from the turntable. We can't hook the lines.
The pump?
Yes, sir.
Operates the pumps? All right.
It will not operate the pump from there, but it does have an intake in the rear of it where we can take our engines and supply it. So it can be supplied without having to go through the pump.
So with our current staffing, on full-time staffing, the truck could roll?
It can roll, but more is better, yes, sir.
Okay. Training, and I want to make sure that we're, not getting a money pit, and I'm sure that the qualified people have looked at it and doing so. But part of the expense here, this does not cover training. Is this going to be absorbed in the regular budget?
What we're going to do for training is the Fire Academy offers a class. I believe those classes are $5 a piece through state funding and stuff. We will hold one of those here is the intent. Send our staff through it, and then we will just do some internal stuff, and that would be at a minimal cost through diesel fuel and things like that, just to operate using our in-house people who currently are riding ladder trucks every day in Lexington County, City of Columbia, and other places.
Okay,
Doing double training.
So far the $95,000 covers repainting?
I don't think we're gonna have to repaint it. I think if we can give it a good, kind of polishing and buffing and get that worked out of it, I think we'll be able to pull it out. It looks better in person than it does in that picture. I will be honest, whenever I saw the picture, I was kind of scared to start with. And we went over and looked at it, and we thought it looked pretty well. We've had our maintenance people who do all the maintenance on all of our trucks come over. They said mechanically, it seems like a sound truck. We spoke with the people who did the service testing on the ladder and stuff, and they even sent back that said they thought it was a pretty sound truck as well. So it's got very minimal hours on it. It's got like 400 hours on the aerial and I think 1,000 on the pump, which is really nothing. 40,000 miles. It come off of a military base. And that's really the only reason something this age would even probably entertain it, is just because it has not been run hard where it has been. It come from Fort Riley, Kansas was where it was.
Now, I'm being a little nitpicking, but I understand we have $12,131 for tires and rims, but that's for special polish to rims. Is there an objection to using the rims that came on the truck?
We can. It's aluminum rim is what we're going to instead of the steel. It is one that's a white one on the back that we would still need to do something with. If that's the case, I don't have the breakdown of actually what the tire rim cost, what the difference that was in it, but it will need tires all the way around it, and I think that was where the most of that expense was. Like I said, I don't have that.
Now, this is an additional piece of equipment that does not replace anything that we currently have.
We are going to take a tanker out of service, and our support truck will eventually come out as well. From the way everything has been running and the way things are, we feel very confident that we can still maintain with what we've got and take those couple pieces out of service, which would be sold to offset some of the cost of this.
Okay. And we're confident we're going to be able to meet the 6-month schedule as required by the Forestry Service to have this in service.
Oh, yes, sir. I think it says operational ready in there, in the wording of that. And that should be, we are planning right around 6 months having it in service to allow for training and some drive time and all that stuff to get people very familiar with it. But the operational readiness should be done in 2, maybe 3 months.
All right. Your proposal leans heavily on ISO, and I'm a little confused about ISO. Not a real fan of it. Because it's really for the insurance companies more than anything else.
I would agree.
The equipment, the statement in here is that, and that's where I'm confused, that mutual aid equipment does not count towards ISO ratings, where I'm seeing that most fire departments are allowed to do that. And the reason I say that is a fallback if for some reason this does turn out to be a limit. I understand Lexington County is going to station a 100-foot ladder truck at their new facility at the corner of Hampton, and that would be a fallback. So, but ISO ratings, can anyone give us a dollar number if we, for instance, go from 3 back to 4? What's it going to cost a homeowner with a $300,000 house?
There are a lot of variables, obviously, that go into that. From what, we had a lot of discussion with the ISO inspector that was here in 22, I think it was 22 or 23. I think it was 22. He came in and we had a lot of discussion actually on a ladder truck or needing one or whatever that may be, whenever he was here. And from what I'm understanding, from what he has told me, is the ladder truck, we could use Lexington counties if it was within the 2.5 miles. It's outside of that 2.5 miles, so it doesn't help us with the ISO rating there. So it's just, it's too far out for it to
Unless we move the city.
count, unless we move the city limits that way or talk them into coming in
Which
further.
will be another issue. All right, in my personal opinion, having hung out a 3rd-story window over at the dormitory with a hose,
It's an experience. Isn't it?
justification for this with just the existing buildings that we have, Hitachi, J.B. Martin's, Wellington, without considering ISO. I personally feel that, it's a justified expenditure. I understand that you started this proposal more than a year ago, or a year and a half, looking for a pumper.
Yes, sir. We started this after our last ISO rating. We have, in the criteria and all that stuff's in your packet, we can talk about it more if you want to, but We have all the criteria in town now listed that we need to do this. This is only like a step of the things we need to do to be sure to keep this ISO class 3
Yeah.
that we currently have. So that, excuse me. So yeah, it's, what I have been told is roughly the biggest impact would probably be commercial. And that's about 8.5% per rating scale that we go. I don't know exactly what it'll be homeowner stuff because there's a lot of variables as far as how the different insurance agencies apply ISO to the homeowner's insurance now. Commercial, I think, is probably going to be a really big impact, or the biggest impact that you're going to see there. And like I said, it's just been, everything I've ever been told, taught, and talked to has been about 8.5%.
I doubt very seriously we'll see residential structures that exceed the limit 32 feet to the eaves, and all of our ordinances specify 35-foot maximum height on any residential or industrial building per se, so I don't see that increase. But if it proves out to be what it looks like, a cupcake, I certainly appreciate the effort you've made to get it for the town.
Thank you. We're trying.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Is this 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8.
8 votes yes.
And Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. All right. So this is item G, approval of the Batesburg-Leesville Police Department grant for domestic violence child abuse investigator. Earlier in the year, the Batesburg-Leesville Police Department applied for a South Carolina JAG grant for a domestic violence child abuse investigator. This is a 3-year grant which will require a renewal for the second and third years. The initial grant award for year 1 is $162,372, with 10% of that being a town match for the first year. Grant includes a vehicle, salary, benefits, equipment associated with the position, and the town match would be $16,238, which would be absorbed in the current line items of the police department 24-25 budget, as they are not at full staffing currently. So the second and third year requires a renewal, but will cover salary, benefits, and associated office supplies and equipment, and would also involve a 10% match in those years. Staff is recommending that council approval is needed to accept the South Carolina Justice Assistance Grant for domestic violence child abuse investigator with a 10% local match. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Bachnight, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? Mr. Kane?
A lot of these grants at the end of the funding period require us to pick up that $100,000. Is that the case on this one, Chief?
That is correct, yes, sir.
And are we prepared to do that after the grant ending period?
Quite honestly, with the way law enforcement's going and keeping vacancies, I'm sure we'll have vacancies then. But I think we'll be more than prepared by then with all that we have planned in reference to other grants that we put in for and the growth that we have.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Any other discussion? Mr. Hall?
This is $16,238. We just also approved $98,000, and earlier we approved $142,000. And express pay was how much, do you recall? My point is that last year, financial reports that I look at, even though we've been lucky with the fact that we've had at least 3 or 4 incidents where we had windfall profits, that we're getting awful thin as far as, and I'm not sure where we stand financially, but match grants, I think council should see them actually before they proceed too far down the decline, because we are financially, I have questions as to where we are and would love to meet to discuss that situation.
And that grant is in our packet.
Yes.
And I think moving forward, we've already had discussions internally with department heads about budget workshops for next year and being a little bit more proactive with some of those grant applications and also getting department heads in front of y'all for those discussions. So I agree with that. You need to have that.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I do see I can read, sir, and essentially, my point is that it comes to us as a binary up or down vote. If we turn down free money, we do not look very smart. Thank you.
Chief,
Ms. Hartley?
I have a question. Is there an identified person for this position, or are we in the making?
We have someone on staff that we fill that position with.
Now.
One of the road officers, a young 9-month veteran, third, her grandfather and her father were law enforcement, so third generation officer. Very bright individual, college education, good street smarts. So one of the #1 crime in the state, if not the southeast. I think we're going to get a pretty good one.
Okay. Will they have a mental health background, or what's
That's part of the training, especially when you deal with child
Okay.
abuse. But to get into child abuse is that we have an entity that does our interviews for us. But ultimately, we will train her also.
Okay. Thank
Child
you.
abuse.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
4 yes.
5?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. Motion carries. That brings us to our manager report. Mr. Hendricks.
Steve reminded me it's Monday Night Football tonight, so just a quick update on some town events. Obviously, Mr. Taylor identified some of the Christmas events that went on in town that we were involved in. We assisted with the Leesville Merchants and Batesburg Business Association on Christmas in Leesville and Christmas in Batesburg. Both of them seem to be great successes. I know I was involved in a lot of hot chocolate and cookies last night at Oak Street. And then also the Chamber did a great job with the Christmas parade, and it seemed like there was great attendance all around. So, also, Mike stealing the thunder, special recognition. We did receive the Chairman Award at the Chamber of Commerce banquet last month. That was certainly unexpected and a pleasant surprise. Some project updates. The water connection with Joint Municipal is moving right along. All of our pipe for our portion should be in the ground by Christmas. The crews will be on vacation for 2 weeks, for the weeks of Christmas and New Year's. The final section they're working on is actually on Bernard Street where they started. They had some rock issues in that neighborhood. There's some people here on Bernard Street that will cause some trouble, I'm sure. But that final section should be soon done this week or next. Joint Municipal's water tank is slated to be completed next summer. And then the work on the connection to System 2 is slated to begin in January. And the entire project is slated to be complete by the end of 2025. Work on Pine Street Corner parking lot is moving along slowly. Wish it was a little faster. The next step is asbestos abatement in the old parking lot area, so that's a subcontractor that's kind of slowing that process down, but they are working on that. The next step for the climate pollution reduction grant is just kind of waiting on Central Midlands to hire that program manager. Again, they had said they hope to have that completed by the end of the year. Then we'll really get that ball rolling in 2025. Express bill pay is active, as Councilman Hall mentioned that earlier. That went live in early November. We've already got about 200 people that are signed up for that. Option to go paperless and paying online. Automatic bill pay is really cool. It worked for me. I'm excited about that. So, and again, we're hoping that more people will be signing up as we move along. We've been steadily getting a handful here and there each day. And the goal is for that to really minimize the staff time, on data entry, and it's getting there. We're still waiting on the program manager with the Federal Highway Administration regarding Safe Streets and Roads for All grant. The contract that we dealt with previously has asked us about getting a pre-award approval. So we're just waiting on Raquel at the Federal Highway to give that authorization to move forward. So they're saying that it's going to be a few months before the official total award contract is available to bring to y'all. So again, no actions being taken until council has final approval. And the comprehensive plan, we've been talking about that. Last conversation I had with Gregory Sprouse is for a kickoff date on January 27th, so that will be a Monday night. That will be a joint meeting between council and planning commission to try to get that ball rolling. And again, Gregory is going to hopefully have some contract to us for that January council meeting, so that we have that in place before work begins. The contractor will be in town tomorrow to begin work on sidewalks as part of the C-Fund sidewalk replacement and repair grant. So hopefully that will, I don't think it will be done before the new year, so it will stretch into January. Just the snapshot financial and budget update. General fund checking is $324,066.16. The general fund LGIP account is $1,243,544.60, down some from last month. Again, this is that last month before the property taxes start to come in. The next few months will be about 45% of our annual revenue. Utility checking is $571,725.65 with $3,629,103.34 in LGIP. That's up about $100,000 from last month. Victims assistance, $15,108.78. The fire department 1% account, an annual check got deposited, $38,018.87. Police department donations is at $17,019.09. Capital improvement impact fee, $653,410.64. Municipal court, $40,332.96. H-tax is up to $299,122.39 with their LGIP account being $1,515,394.16. I know that everybody got all those numbers very well. I'm sure it was slow enough for you to write that down. That's included in your minutes, and I can shoot that out if you are interested. Anybody have any questions?
If I may.
Mr. Hall?
Of course. You show that we have $1,570,000 in the general fund. Now, I understand that includes $315,000 that was moved from the American Recovery Plan for a fire truck.
Yes,
so
that was moved.
Will that money be spent this year?
Everything is looking like it's, Josh, do you have a?
Last projected completion date I got for the new truck, it will not be when we get it and get in service, but is March 13th was the last completion of build from Ohio, where it's being built.
Okay, so, but that brings us down to available balance of about $1.2 million. We got $200,000 for radios, and that money has been deposited.
And some of it has been expended. Some of that. Yeah. I think, Chief, do you know off the top of your head how much we've already spent to Kynard for the radios?
We did a purchase order.
Okay.
Because we had to get the number specific for the grant. So that purchase offer has been put up.
But it hasn't been paid. So it's
I was
still
thinking
in
we
cash.
did a deposit, didn't we?
Most of the purchase order.
Okay.
So it's still in the cash.
I was thinking we had, for some reason I had 81,000 in my head, but I could be wrong.
Okay, plus we just approved 98,000. My point is that financially, that $1.6 million shrinks very rapidly to well under $1 million. So basically, and in this month's financial reports, it indicates that we have a number of items that are over budget. We have already exceeded the budget.
And several of those items, you know, and the police department and I, we had a conversation today about some expenses, and several of those are storm related, and I will be having a meeting with FEMA this week regarding some reimbursement from FEMA. So hopefully we'll get some of
I'm
those
just trying
lines.
to get a financial
Yes.
feeling of
Oh, I understand.
where this town stands, because we passed the budget on a very razor-thin amount for the year, and typically we overspend that budget by approval, in some cases, not approved in the other cases, of about $300,000 each and every year. Of course, it's covered by revenues. We've been very fortunate to have cases with business license, and in the past year, we got skated because of a major increase in business license for tax for insurance coming from MASC, pulled us out in the very last. But last year, we still showed a very, very slim. So I'm just concerned, particularly since our ordinances say that monies in excess of those appropriated shall not be expended without approval of council. Yet we show financial reports that say we're spending money that is not covered by these extra expenditures. That we, I would certainly like to, again, for numerous times, sit down and go over the budget with you and discuss it at your convenience, sir.
Just let me know when it works for you. So,
Thank you.
anybody else have any other questions?
All right, thanks, Jay, appreciate it. Next item is executive session. We have two items this evening. We have personnel item with the town manager and legal briefing for the property transfer and lease agreement ordinance with Eau Claire Cooperative Health. Do you have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Mr. Halda, a second.
Second.
Mr. Balknight, any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Oh, yes.
5?
Yeah.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. We are in executive session. Thank you.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hall. Any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Oh, yes.
5?
Yeah.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. We are back in regular session. Thank you, everyone for your patience. Possible actions by council and follow-up to the executive session. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Prowse.
I move that we adopt the ordinance to sell and lease real property owned by the town of Batesburg-Leesville, South Carolina, located within the town of Batesburg-Leesville and Lexington County, in the agreement with Eau Claire Health Cooperative as discussed in executive session.
I have a motion from Mr. Prowse. This will be for first reading. Any discussion? Or do I have a second?
Second.
Sorry, thank you, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Oh, yes.
5? 6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And Mayor votes yes. And motion carried. Potential agenda items for next month's meeting, January 13th. Have any motions?
Yeah, we need to put council's salary back on there. It's a motion.
Do you have a motion to put council's salary back onto the January 13th meeting?
Yes.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Go ahead and second that. Take it until we have discussion on it.
No, it's second by Mr. Kane. Any discussion? District 1?
Wait, hold on. I was gonna say, attorney, can we do that in the middle of we're in the middle of a budget year? Is this something that we have to add to the budget for next year?
Yeah. We would need to look at the state statute regarding when it would go into effect. My understanding is that it may only could go into effect after the next election, is my understanding. So that would be, when's the next town election? It would be in the next year's budget.
Yeah, November.
If an ordinance is approved, it would have to be included in next year's budget,
Yeah.
starting July 1.
I knew that.
Council cannot raise its own salary.
So I have a motion and a second to put this on next month's meeting for January 13th. Any other discussion?
Call for a vote.
I have a motion to call for a vote. Do I have a second to call for a vote and in discussion?
Second.
Everyone has to be in agreement. I need a majority to end the discussion. So since you called for it. So to end discussion, District 1.
No.
District 2 to end discussion.
What are we voting?
We're voting to take the vote now. Sorry, am I right, David? I think I'm right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is to end the discussion and go straight to a vote. Okay. District 2,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
4,
Yes.
5, 6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and Mayor votes yes. Okay, I will go straight to the vote. First, I have a motion from Ms. Mitchell, a second by Mr. Kane, to put council salary on the January 13th, 2025 meeting. District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
District 3 votes yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 6,
No.
District 7,
No.
District 8,
Yes.
and the mayor votes no, motion carries. Any other motions for agenda items for next month's meeting, January 13th? Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mr.
Yes.
Hall, do I have a second? Ms. Brown?
Yes.
All right, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
Yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
Yes.
6,
No. Yes.
7,
Yes.
8.
Yes.
Thanks, sir, and I vote yes. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.